Good evening, and welcome to the Rogue Gallery and Art Center's 2021 Celtic Festival. Needless to say, this year's a little... Good evening, and welcome to the Rogue Gallery and Art Center's 2021 Celtic Festival. Needless to say, this year's a little bit different. It was a year ago that we made the difficult decision to cancel last year's event. In fact, this Guinness was intended for last year's Celtic Festival. A lot of people stepped up during the past year, and in the interest of quality control, I'm happy to do my part. Still good, a year later. In all seriousness, a lot of people stepped up during the pandemic, and that includes the Rogue Gallery community, the staff, the board of directors, members, volunteers, patrons, and the artists. They all did the work they had to do to follow the necessary protocols to make sure that the Rogue Gallery continued to produce fine art exhibits and the programs that go along with it. In keeping with that, got some great news. This Friday, day after tomorrow, we're restarting in-person Third Friday receptions. This week, Minimal and Maximum, photographed by Tom Glassman and Bruce Bayer. Along with that, of course, we have our fabulous member artists displayed in the Members Gallery, as well as the wonderful Celtic art that you will see tonight. For the reception, our spacious galleries allow for social distancing. Of course, we will have wine and prepackaged snacks, and you might even be able to help with quality control. And so, happy St. Patrick's Day, and on with tonight's festivities. We're virtual, and we kind of don't know what we're doing. But that's all right. Consider St. Patrick. Did he know what he was doing when he went back as a missionary to the very people that kidnapped him and hauled him off to a foreign land? Probably not. But he figured it out. And tonight, we're figuring it out. Fortunately, we've surrounded ourselves with people who do know what they're doing. Board President John Williams is handling the technical aspects. We have the accomplished artists who have provided the artwork for the Celtic Art Festival. By the way, remember to go on and click on the link to vote for your favorite piece for the People's Choice Awards. And we have some wonderful Celtic music provided by one of the finest musicians performing a traditional Irish music on the West Coast today, Pat O'Scannell. And so, Irish-inspired art, Irish-inspired music. Unfortunately, we're unable to provide the traditional Irish feast that we usually do. However, I have a simple recipe for a traditional Irish 7-course meal that you can do at home. A 6-pack of Guinness and a potato. Okay, as an Irishman, we do a lot of jokes about drinking and about the Guinness. But if the truth be known, we probably couldn't afford the 6-pack of Guinness. It was probably just a potato, cut into 7 pieces.
Lála Padraig Sanadweeb, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to start with a Gaelic song and just do a little short set that ends with a beautiful air called Women of Ireland. The Gaelic song is called Curly Molly Cullanan, Molly na Gúpni Cullanan, and it actually has a chorus that I'm going to speak a couple of times in the hopes that you might join me. Is fadalam uami uami, is fadalam umi o jimishi, is fadalam hisagas huasi, malina gukna hulanan, is fadalam uami uami, is fadalam umi o jimishi, is fadalam hisagas huasi, malina gukna hulanan. Meshachajeni small, brillanik gojeni lasiman. O chalim bodo, foka intarged. Is fadalamumi umi, is fadalamumi odimshi. Is fadalam hisagas husi, malina ni hulunan. Yana metiana. Spechara banje brakagam, snivigi meidun gawi, Maya family hulanan. Is fadalam umi umi, is fadalam umi odimshi, is fadalam hisagas husi, Maya gukni hulanan. Ja menschen dakkere wees, swadune irach ni chokenas. Ni ani hobne gebrach, ki chokenan ni hulanan. Is fadalam umi umi, is fadalam umi hojenshi. Is fadalam hisages husi, malina gukni hulanan. Wie mich leren will, is halgam sol shibrodiga. Die ane si marawan biona, bogotas of den shanana. Is fadalam umi umi, is fadalam umi ojimshi. Is fadalam hisagas husi, malina gukni hulanan. Is fadalam umi umi, is fadalam umi ojimshi. Is fadalam hisagas husi, malina gukni hulanan. Is fadalam umi umi, is fadalam umi ojimshi. Is fadalam hisagas husi, malina gukni hulanan.
Welcome, and on behalf of the Rogue Galleries board, I'd like to welcome you all again to the Rogue Galleries Celtic Celebration for 2021. I am John Williams, broadcasting live tonight, bringing you the very best in Celtic music and art from all over the Rogue Valley. Next, we're going to show you this year's 14 entrants to the Rogue Galleries Celtic Art Contest. What you're about to see first is a silent and contemplative virtual walk through 14 pieces. and it will look just as if you're inside the Rogue Gallery in Medford, where these beautiful pieces are actually hanging right now. Following this walkthrough, we'll go back to view each piece close up with some stirring Celtic music to create a sense of drama. And as you watch the art pieces a second time, make a note of which piece you believe should garner our 2021 People's Choice Award. Then go to the Rogue Gallery's homepage and click the Celtic Art Contest button to vote. Now you can also email us your vote choice if you prefer, but go to the Rogue Gallery's homepage and you'll find these different ways to do it. Following the Celtic Art Contest, you're also going to then see and hear this year's select entrants for our Danny Boy Vocal Contest. Once again, on the Rogue Gallery homepage, you can also click the Danny Boy Contest button to vote. You may not be able to name the winners at the end, or we may not be able to name the winners at the end of tonight's broadcast, depending on how many technical glitches we have here. But if not, the winners will be posted tomorrow morning on the Rogue Gallery's homepage. Now, speaking of web pages, and I have to look over here for a brief second because I'm actually queuing up our next little few acts here. But thanks again to our wonderful patron, Lindsay Berryman, for sponsoring the development of a new Rogue Gallery website. We hope to premiere the website very soon. So, sit back and relax, get out your pen and paper, and take notes on what you're about to see so that you can note your favorites, and as soon as the Celtic art pieces go by, and then as soon as the vocal Danny Boy pieces go by, go to our homepage and try to vote, and we will tabulate those, and later on in the broadcast towards the end, hopefully, if there's any luck, we will then give you the select winners for tonight's contest. So sit back and relax with your favorite drink of choice. I've got mine here. There we go. And now I give you the 14 entrants. And by the way, you'll see them numbered at one point, and it goes up to 15. That's because we skipped 13. 13, of course, is an unlucky number. So nobody had to take 13. So, without further ado, here we go.
And of course, it wouldn't be the Rogue Gallery Celtic Festival without Danny Boy. Enjoy.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It's I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I will may be, you come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear the soft new tread above me, and on my grave will warm sweeter be, for you will beg and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Hi folks, I'm back and I'm going to play just a very short set of tunes on the whistle, but before I do that, I thought I'd tell you just a little bit more about that last song, Malinaguchni Hulinan. So it's a love song. The man is talking about someone who's left him and gone away. She's very young, and it says in the very first verse, well, he starts out, drunk I will no longer go. And it's because he lost his little young girl who would plenish my pockets with riches. So that's how the song starts out. And he sings her praises and bemoans her absence. And then in the final verse, he says that she has these amazing talents and that she would actually bring a corpse back to life or make a young lad of an old man. So that's what that whole song was about. So it's a bit of humor. So a few kind of new tunes for me. The first one's called Chakdawalya Borta, which is Coming Home from the Bog. And then there's a tune that has no name. And then there's another one that's called Reel na Fosca, Reel of the Still. I'm assuming whiskey.
Ireland has produced many famous poets. William Butler Yeats and Seamus Heaney come to mind, among others. This is by a lesser-known poet, Catherine Edelman, born in County Tipperary. The Little Roads of Ireland. The Roman roads run outward from the city on the hills, and Holland's roads will take you by gaily painted mills. Small pathways of the east will lead to China's ancient wall, but the little roads of Ireland are the loveliest of all. In Normandy, small roadways through flowering orchards run. The ancient roads of Syria flash under shining sun, and winding beauty lingers where the Rhine and Danube roll, but the little roads of Ireland entwine around your soul. From Dublin Bay to Galway, from Cork to Derrytown, from Antrim and Killarney, they ramble up and down. And though you are 10,000 miles from where they twist and wind, the little roads of Ireland stay forever in your mind.
And that's the donkeys, Jake. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope to see you all live in person next year. Bye.
Oh, all the money that yet I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. But all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me your parting glass, good night and joy be with you all.
For all the comrades that e'er I've had were sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I've had would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls into my lot that I should arise and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be to you all.
A man may drink and not be drunk, a man may fight and not be slain, a man may kiss a pretty girl and perhaps be welcome home again. And since it falls so ordered been that some should rise and some should fall, oh, fill to me your parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all.
Well, thank you so much, Pat O'Scannell, Tom Heron, Elizabeth Bunn, and Jenna Harris for the wonderful Celtic music. Before we close, I'd like to thank Kim Heron, the gallery's executive director, as well as the amazing staff we have at the Rogue Gallery, for keeping art alive throughout this challenging pandemic. I'm sure we all miss seeing Kim's husband, Tom, in his full regalia and kilt as our MC, and the bagpipes waking up our eardrums and the satisfying Celtic dinner, but all of that, unfortunately, is going to have to wait until next year again. Thank you very much to the artists in our Celtic art exhibit. Thank you to the wonderful singers for the Danny Boy contest, Pat O'Scannell for the music again, Jenna Harris, and even young Matt Heron for putting together our extremely fair and accurate voting system. And thank you, our patrons and our artists, for putting up with the technical challenges of putting on this live streaming event. Of course, after Tom's closing, stick around for another minute, and we're going to have a special bloopers reel where you can see some of the things that we've been doing behind the scenes in the making of this grand experiment here. So without further ado, let me give you... Oh, wait. There's some last minute words coming in here. Hot off the press from our voting machine. The winner of the art contest is David Terry. Thank you very much, David, for that beautiful piece. We all loved it. All of the pieces were amazing. I really, really enjoyed them. This is one of my favorite exhibits of the year. And if you want to find out how the contest went in more detail, there's some other prizes we gave out as well. Check out the Rogue Gallery's homepage tomorrow morning, or sometime tomorrow, at least by the end of the day. We should get around to updating how the contests went. So once again, stick around for the bloopers reel after Tom gives us a little closing here. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate all of you. Take care.
Thank you for joining us virtually for this year's Celtic Festival. We hope to get together next year in person for the Rogue Gallery 2022 Celtic Festival. And in the meantime, we're looking forward to opportunities to get together and share art, music, and culture. I'd like to leave you with an Irish blessing. May the roof above us never fall in, and may the friends gathered below it never fall out. Thank you.
What? You're singing party glass. Did you know?
Yeah. No. So-
you haven't had a little too many party
No, I
glasses
haven't.
right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Or in sorrow. Oh, shadow, damn it.
2 more beers and I think you'll get it.
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh, you're so close. Oh,
Okay.
what? Yeah, that's right. We're not live, thank God. Thank God.
Summer's got to screw up the word. I know this damn thing. Get up and nobody gives a rat's ass.
Did you get that on?
It's the guys on Mystery Science.
Are you gonna turn it off? Oh, I'm sorry.
How much do we have?
Well, we do have some late breaking news, and I'm afraid I thought I was going to be leaving, but one more little piece of information. The winner of the Danny Boy contest, and there were 2 excellent entries this year, is Elizabeth Bunn. And I know I'm not going to do justice to the other woman's name, but it was, I believe, Claire Cry Klitzer. Thank you very much for both of you. And that concludes the end of this year's Celtic celebration. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next year in person and live. Take care. Go home. It's over. Oh, that's right. You're already home. Okay, well, just relax. You can shut down your machine. It's over.